15 things from the 1960s that each of us would like to relive. And the first one of them is classic diners. Imagine stepping into a classic diner from the 1960s, complete with a jukebox playing hits of Elvis or the Supremes, and neon signs glowing warmly against the chrome trim. These diners were the heart of many communities, where people of all ages gathered for a comforting meal that felt like home cooking. You could sit at the counter on a swivel stool or slide into a booth with bright vinyl seats, ordering a burger and a hand-spun milkshake, or perhaps a slice of pie that was just like what Mom made. It was a place where the waitress knew your name, and the food was straightforward and satisfying. Number 2. TV dinner trays. In the 1960s, the TV dinner was a symbol of modern convenience and family time. As television sets became a living room staple, so did aluminum trays with compartments filled with meatloaf, peas, and a brownie, perfect for eating while watching newly popular shows like Gunsmoke or I Dream of Jeannie. These dinners changed the way families consumed not just food, but entertainment, combining them into a single convenient experience. There's something nostalgic about hearing the oven timer ding and setting up those trays in the living room for a night in front of the TV. Number 3. Milk delivery. Mornings once started with the sound of milk bottles clinking as the milkman made his rounds. This daily or weekly delivery was not only practical but also a community link, providing fresh, locally sourced milk directly to the doorstep. Many people fondly remember the days of glass bottles with cream rising to the top, left in metal milk boxes outside their homes. It wasn't just milk cream, butter, and other dairy goods might accompany the delivery, all signaling a time when local service and personal touches were the norms. Number 4. Live moon landings. The live moon landings were like the Super Bowl of science and exploration. Families gathered around their television sets, riveted as astronauts like Neil Armstrong took historic steps on the moon's surface. Broadcast live, these missions marked an era of intense national pride and technological optimism. The grainy black and white footage and the suspenseful commentary from Mission Control made viewers feel as though they were part of something truly monumental. Number 5. Drive-in restaurants. Imagine pulling up in a classic 60s car to a drive-in restaurant, where car hops would roll up to take your order and deliver your food right to your window. These restaurants were about more than just eating, they were an event. Families and friends gathered in their cars to enjoy burgers and milkshakes under the stars, often with a movie playing on a giant outdoor screen. Waitstaff, known as car hops, skated between vehicles, delivering trays laden with burgers, fries, and frosty milkshakes. Drive-ins symbolized freedom and leisure, offering a dining experience intertwined with the iconic car culture of the 1960s. Number 6. Jukeboxes. Jukeboxes were the Spotify of the 60s, but way cooler. You'd find them lighting up corners in diners and soda shops, their bright panels and chrome detailing as enticing as the records they held. Dropping a dime into the slot, pressing the buttons, and waiting for your selection to crackle through the speakers. Each selection was a personal statement, whether it was a declaration of love or just the backdrop for a night out with friends. Number 7. The Andy Griffith Show. Imagine settling down in front of the TV after dinner to watch The Andy Griffith Show, where the pace of life is slow and the laughter is hearty. In the town of Mayberry, Sheriff Andy Taylor not only kept the peace but also imparted gentle wisdom to his son Opie and the townsfolk. This show offered a comforting escape with its blend of humor and life lessons, reminding viewers of the importance of community and simplicity. It's a slice of Americana that brings back memories of the kinder, gentler time. Number 8. Wood-paneled station wagons. The wood-paneled station wagon was the quintessential family vehicle of the 1960s. Known affectionately as Woodies, these wagons were a familiar sight at every suburban grocery store and drive-in movie theater. The faux wood siding spoke of a rustic charm that belied the car's role as an all-purpose family hauler. Packing everyone into a Woody for a family road trip was as much as part of American life as apple pie. Number 9. Rotary phones. Rotary phones might seem quaint now, but back in the day, they were the height of technology. The ritual of dialing, spinning each number and waiting for the dial to whirl back, required patience and a steady hand. The sound of the dialer returning after a number, the heavy click of the handset, each element is a tactile memory that evokes the slower, more deliberate pace of communication in a pre-digital world. Number 10. Arcades. These spaces buzzed with the sounds of pinball machines clinking and early video games beeping, each game a challenge to reach the next high score. These were neon-lit havens for youth culture, a place where teens could hang out, drop a quarter, and challenge one another to beat the high score. Beyond just games, retro arcades were social hubs, vibrant and alive, pulsating with the sounds of excitement and the thrill of new technology. Number 11. Manual typewriters. Before the digital age swept in, manual typewriters were the mainstay of written communication. Clacking away at the keys, feeling the mechanical response as each letter was stamped onto the paper provided a satisfying sense of progress on any piece of writing. Each ding of the carriage return, the manual pushback to start a new line, made crafting letters and stories a deliberate and thoughtful process. Using a typewriter required a certain skill and patience, creating a direct connection between thought and words that many nostalgically recall as more personal and artistic. Number 12. Soda fountains. Step back in time to the soda fountain, a staple of American culture where the clink of glasses and the fizz of carbonated drinks filled the air. These spots were more than just places to grab a bite, they were vibrant community gathering places. Imagine pulling up a stool at the counter and ordering a frothy milkshake or a bespoke soda mixed right in front of you. Soda fountains were a hangout for all ages, where people paused their busy lives for a moment of sweet respite, sipping on root beer floats and swapping stories over Sundays. Number 13. Folk music revivals. In the 1960s, folk music made a comeback, becoming a voice for change. Artists like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez strummed their guitars and sang about important issues like civil rights and peace. Picture yourself sitting in a cozy cafe surrounded by friends, listening to their heartfelt tunes. The music wasn't just for fun, it was a way for the people to express their feelings and share ideas. These folk music revivals were like a breath of fresh air, inspiring a whole generation to stand up for what they believed in. Even today, their songs still resonate, reminding us of the power of music to bring people together and make a difference in the world. Number 14. Transistor radios. Imagine a world where your favorite tunes and the latest news stories weren't at your fingertips but nestled in a small portable box with dials. Welcome to the era of the transistor radio. In the 1960s, these pocket-sized devices were the quintessential accessory for the on-the-go teen and the avid sports fan alike. Everyone had one at the beach, in the backyard during a family cookout, or hidden under the pillows at night for a baseball game or a late show. The transistor radio made media personal and portable long before smartphones. Number 15. Discotheque. In the swinging 1960s, discotheques were the place to be for a night of dancing and fun. Imagine walking into a club filled with flashing lights and groovy music. The air was electric with excitement as people danced and laughed, dressed in their trendiest outfits. Disco balls hung from the ceiling, casting sparkles across the dance floor. It was a time when everyone could let loose and be themselves, moving to the beat until the early hours of the morning. Discotheques weren't just about dancing. They were about escaping from the stresses of everyday life and embracing joy and freedom. They were the heart and soul of the party scene, where memories were made and friendships were formed that lasted a lifetime. It was our memories of things from the sweet 60s that we wish we could experience again. And now check out our other videos if you want to immerse yourself in this sweet nostalgia even more.